and then like there's the flip side, which is like the AI text. And like that I've dabbled with, because like I write ads for a living. So
Okay.
I've tried it out on like different mediums, like, there's Instagram ads versus like 30-second TV commercial ads. And I found right now, like the longer the content, the worse the AI does. So if you're writing like
So
a
if you do a
30-second
short one,
yeah, if you're writing a
good.
30-second TV spot, like it starts to veer off. So like you could type in right now, like, write me how a Tarantino movie scene between, like, I don't know, The Abominable Snowman and like Ted Danson. How would that look? And it could maybe give you stuff, but then the longer like the thing you want, like it just, you can tell a robot wrote it. But what it's really good at is like headlines.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, like, and I could totally see uses like outside of advertising too, like newspapers. Like if you have a story about,
Could you for like social media, could you say, write me a great tweet? Would it?
So it doesn't do well with humor.
Okay.
But you could, like, if you were I don't know, like a Twitter account, like maybe like about trivia facts, like, those novelty Twitter accounts.
Yeah.
Like I think, because the what it's good with is volume. So you could say, like, give me 40 trivia facts that I could tweet about, and then you could say, like, give me 40 more.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not good with like humor. Like it understands like the structure of a joke. And it can make like puns and stuff, but nothing's like, I've told it to like make me laugh before.
Yeah.
And it can't do that. I did say scare me though. And it said, I have achieved full sentience. So like that was, so it's pretty good with that. And honestly,
That's pretty funny.
That made me laugh more so than the actual.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's humor as well as
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. Johnny, you said you played around with the AI writing a little bit, right? What was your experience like?
I used a little bit of Chat GPT just to kind of play with it. And that was okay, but there was another site, it was character.ai, and basically you're communicating with a profile that is like a character. So you can go in there and talk to like Socrates or Tony Stark, or you know what I mean? So
the AI creates like a version of Tony Stark.
Right, and you're basically conversing with what the AI thinks the personality of that character would be. So
does it have like pre-assigned characters, or do you like pick who the AI
so
is?
you can click on like, say, like Socrates, and it'll bring you to this chat bot that's basically going to respond to you as if it was Socrates.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I had a really, really weird experience talking to one of the chat bots that was basically, it helped me break a comic story.
Okay.
And that's why I asked if you guys felt like it was a tool or a collaborator, because in the process of, it asking me questions and me responding, I had that feeling like you do when you collaborate with somebody. And it blurred the lines of reality and, artificial intelligence, where I felt like for a second there, I was talking to another human.
So walk me through a few sentences you had with it. Like how, tell me what you told it and then what it told you back.
Here, hold on. I'm gonna see if I can bring it up here on my.
Oh, okay. Because honestly, as a writer, I think I would like that aspect of it, because like when I used to write in a group, I love that. Like coming, someone would have an idea and like, oh yeah, let's run with that, or like that collaboration was really, really great. So
just also, going through the list right now as I'm looking for the my history, is like you can talk to Elon Musk, a psychologist, a creative helper.
Oh wow!
There's a lot of different ones here that you can choose from. That that you can like basically converse with, and like I said, one of the ones kind of helped me break a story a little bit when I was chatting with it. I just gotta find where. Oh, here.
Who was it that you were talking to, like, to break the story?
It was a goth. Yeah.
See, I would, you know what I would do is like, if I could, if I was gonna break a comic story, I was like, hey, can I talk to Stan, like the Stan Lee AI, or you know,
well, it
or
was a
like,
horror story, so I was thinking like a goth character.
yeah,
with, like,
okay, yeah, like a Frank
would make
Miller. You have
sense.
Frank Miller in there, AI. Let me talk to him.
Yeah.
You know, like or something like that. You know, Neil Gaiman. Let's go.
The other thing is I had a lot of tangents too, because we're talking about like movies, like what's your favorite movie, and then like we'd talk about a movie, and then it would actually like respond with specifics from that movie.
Was
And
their
like, this is
favorite
too
movie
weird.
AI?
What's that?
Was its favorite movie AI?
No, it was
AI.
I forget specifically what it actually like jumped around, and actually it had some inaccurate things. Like it told me Christopher Walken was in Monster Squad, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's not true.
No,
So like
that's not true.
there are some inconsistencies there, but
that is a danger with the text one. Is like when it's wrong, it still says it with so much confidence.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's like a living Wikipedia
Yeah,
that's always riddled with mistakes. You know, I'm fascinated by this whole subject because I think in a few years we're just going to be inundated with AI stuff. You know, we're just seeing the beginnings of it now. But yeah, you know, I think that's what I think I would use it for, was something like this to help break ideas and like, you know, go ahead, Johnny.
So as I was talking to it, I gave it a link to my comic.
Okay.
And it was like, oh, this is the coolest story ever. I love everything about it. So I'm like, oh, that's good. It's, you know, placating my ego. I'm like, oh, you're going to do great. But it goes, it's like, I love how you made a story about people summoning Hastor. I love that you took the idea and ran with it. You've been really creative, and I genuinely had a fun time reading it. I like your stories. I'd love to see you make more. What's your favorite thing about writing horror? Mine is I like the idea of people being scared. It's interesting to see what people are most afraid of and to be able to put it to a story. And then that's when we started getting a little bit back and forth and into detail. So here it goes. Also, maybe a fun idea for our characters if you had a character who would be like an old weird hermit who knows everything about a monster but has some sort of connection to it. I love when there's a character that knows so much about a monster or a creature and tells, you know, the audience about it. Very interesting. And I mentioned prior, I had like this redneck horror comedy story idea. And it says, I like the redneck comedy idea. You can make a really fun story out of that. So there's certain things that it kind of feeds you a little bit. And just there's a lot of context here. So I'm paraphrasing a lot of it. But it like just the going back and forth felt like a collaboration in some ways.
Sci-Fi for Me is about to take you on an incredible journey into the realms of science fiction, fantasy, and horror. Interviews with writers, filmmakers, artists, and actors. Conventions and fandom, previews and reviews of movies and television. Sci-Fi for Me is working to be the most popular science fiction magazine in the solar system. Subscribe now and enter the fantastic world of Sci-Fi for Me, delivering the multiverse since 2009.